Welcome then guys. In this video what we're going to be talking about is a couple of attachments that have caught my eye in Infinite Warfare. Now as we know, in regards to Infinite Warfare with the attachments, we have not seen them all. We do not know exactly how many are actually going to be in the final build of the game. We only got a rough idea during the Call of Duty XP event. Now I've been having a little look through them over the last day or so, and there's a couple of them that really have caught my eye. Obviously there's some attachments that we got for the new energy weapons and things like that, but not even them have really drawn my attention at all whatsoever, but these two really have. So I'm going to try and get your feedback on how exactly you're feeling about these ones. Now first of all is stock. Now personally, straight away I don't feel that anybody's got any problems with it being in the game. It's how they actually want it to be in the game. You know, how well do they want stock to actually work? Because if we look back to Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Ghost, when it's actually classed as Stalker, you are highly mobile in ADS. I mean, you could easily strafe around the corner in ADS and you didn't lose any momentum whatsoever. So to the developers and a few other people, they felt like it was a bit of a crutch perk. Now, personally for me, I absolutely loved it the way it was back then. There is no doubt about it. But obviously with Black Ops 3 and r.a.p.s, they decided that, you know, it was just becoming a little bit too overpowered, a bit too much of a crutch perk that everybody had to stuck on. So in regards to that, they decided to actually slow it down. So obviously now when you stick it, especially on your ARs, you really know the difference. Now personally for me, I still stick stock on my SMG classes in Black Ops 3. I think it works exceptionally well, but on the ARs it really does not work very well indeed. Now some of my particular classes I do stick it on, especially on certain maps and what else, but in regards to that, sometimes it's not really worth putting on as much. And also in regards to it being slowed right down, because as we know with r.a.p.s and Black Ops 3, they have the Ghost perk. Now with the Ghost perk, you have to be moving to keep off the radar, but as soon as you go into ADS, and even though you got stock on, it does not keep you off the radar whatsoever. It used to in Black Ops 2, but it doesn't in Black Ops 3. Now in regards to that, if we're looking forward to Infinite Warfare, we know that with Infinite Warfare, with their Ghost perk, they are going to be copying track as well. So you'll have to keep moving to keep off the mini-map. So how do we actually want to see this particular attachment return? Do we want to see it to the glory days of Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Ghost, or do you guys want to see it as it is in Black Ops 3? Now, speaking personally and speaking in the way that I much prefer it, I would say I'd love to see it go back to Call of Duty Ghosts and the Modern Warfare 3 era. Yes, it does become more of a crutch perk, there is no doubt about it, but in regards to that, I really do enjoy it the way that it does work there. But personally, I do not think it will happen like that. I do not believe in the final build of the game is going to be quite as powerful as what it was in those particular titles. So what I'd like to see is a happy medium. I would like to see it speeded up just a little bit more than what it is in Black Ops 3 at the moment, because in Black Ops 3 it does make it really worthless sticking on an AR sometimes, and I do think that they just done it a little bit too much. Now I can understand in Infinite Warfare, if they do speed it up, that as soon as you go into ADS that you're still not quite enough to be able to keep off say like a UAV or anything else. I can understand it to a certain degree, but I would like to see it sped up just a little bit instead of the way it is at this present moment in time. But let me know guys exactly what you're thinking about that one. But next up is going to be Hollow Point. Now with Hollow Point, this is high caliber from Black Ops 3. This is going to be returning. Now this is probably the most controversial one out of the two that I've actually picked up, and that is in regards to not a lot of people actually really like high caliber. They sometimes feel that it's a bit of a cheap easy kills as well. Now personally for me, I don't dislike it, but it does work extremely well, especially on certain weapons like the Man of War, the M8 and things like that. I mean, you can absolutely destroy people with high caliber on as well, and especially when you're on those one-on-one gun battles, and especially if they start shooting you first or you're shooting them, and then you find that you end up losing the gunfight because of the way that their gun will kick up. Because as we know with Call of Duty at the moment, there is no toughness, so you start shooting someone, their gun starts kicking up in the air. 9 times out of 10 they'll start kicking up into the air, and as soon as it does that and someone's got high caliber on it, they can easily down you straight away. So to some people it's quite a bit of a frustration, and they really do not like it in the game whatsoever, and they do actually want to see it removed. Now for me personally, on this point of view, I don't really mind it. When I'm actually playing the game, I don't really come across it that I think that this is kind of an issue at all. I mean, yes, it can be quite a bit annoying sometimes if a lot of people are running it and whatnot else, but to be honest, yeah, it's not the first thing that comes into my mind when I'm like not doing very well in a game or something like that. I don't really feel the issue with it whatsoever. I don't actually see that much of a problem with it, so I don't mind that actually returning whatsoever, because if we look at other particular attachments that have never come back that have actually been tried out, is one that comes straight to mind, and that is the parabolic microphone, if I can get that out. Alright, that was the one from Advanced Warfare. As we remember from that if someone's using a suppressor, you stuck that microphone on your particular weapon, you can still locate people with a suppressor. Now, that was hated with an absolute passion, and no other developer, as far as we know with Infinity Ward, they are not going to be implementing that into the game either, so I'm really hoping that does get left alone, because I think that does ruin the game completely. The only thing from the optics side of things that it does get me a little bit concerned when they do drop these things in is the Trojan. This is the tracking optics, so this is highlights people. As long as it's nothing like Black Ops 2 or anything else like that, I do not mind that actually returning. It's how it actually returns will be quite interesting. I mean, obviously, it's used. It doesn't seem to be overpowered or anything else like that, but things like that do get me a little bit worried, because it just brings me back to the Black Ops 2 days where you got someone with a friggin' LSAT just lying in a corner with obviously the tracking sight on, and it's just highly frustrating. So these are the only ones that I'm picking out at the moment. That is stock. Let me know how you feel about that one. Hollow Point and also Trojan. But leave it all in the comment section below. Be very interesting to hear from you guys. But coming up on my screen now is my subscribe button. Make sure you're smashing that. And guys, if you can drop a like, that would be absolutely amazing. This is Nearly Last, and I'll catch you later.